Sup. Something ridiculous happened. Okay, it's not so much that it happened, more like I did it. But there was reasons behind it. I decided I can't stand the way in the Twilight novels how Stephenie Meyer decides to pick 3 or 4 or 5 different phrases and reuse them in every conceivable situation. I did something a little drastic. So this is Twilight. And so these tabs, there's a color for each word. You'll notice there's quite a bit of light pink. Light pink is anxious. And my roommate actually had Twilight and New Moon, so I decided to continue on through New Moon. This about here is where I ran out of light pink, and so I switched to the big dark pink ones for anxious. Everybody in the universe is anxious, I'm not sure why. I was anxious not to be late for class on my first day. Every day, I watched anxiously until the rest of the Cullens entered the cafeteria without him. She falls in love in like 4 days, by the way, just throwing that out there. So I shouldn't be all anxious to see him today. But he was staring anxiously at me. Charlie continued to watch me anxiously and it was getting on my nerves. But I just felt anxious, on edge, and more than anything else, fascinated. The part that really kills me, here we go, probably happened before this too. No coffins, I verified. The sarcasm in my voice not entirely masking the slight but genuine anxiety that I felt. Anxiety. We know that's a different version of the same word. We know that. We got a bunch of yellow here. In New Moon, yellow about this area turned into orange with a little Y on the end. Yellow is more than just one word though. Yellow includes, I looked up to see him smiling a crooked smile so beautiful that I could only stare at him like an idiot. It also includes, he smirked and pushed the microscope to me. Smirking and crooked smiles happen a lot. Hey, check this out. 2 on 1 page. Edward was standing at the foot of my bed, smirking. He smirked again. Oh, I also have wry smiles, smiling ruefully, and smiling teasingly included, because they all occur so very many times up in here. Orange. What the fuck? Orange is sheepishly. Well, no. I think it was in the early 60s, or late 50s at the earliest, he admitted sheepishly. I smiled sheepishly. I waved sheepishly at my friends, hoping to convey that they didn't need to worry anymore. Holy crap. Dark pink is encroaching, encroached, or whatever other versions of that word she decided to use. Angling across Charlie's yard toward the ever-encroaching forest. Oh shit, I missed one. Balls. Of course, Laurent nodded. We certainly won't encroach on your territory. The lights inside were bright, but they did little to alleviate the blackness of the encroaching forest. That forest and its encroachingness. Jeez. The forest encroached on both sides, leaving the road ahead only discernible for a few meters as it twisted serpent-like around the ancient trees. I'm not really one to talk. I mean, I say dude seriously and fuckface. Or not fuckface. Fuckhead. I'm sorry. A lot. So. In New Moon, I decided to add another word that was also used a shitload in Twilight. Sorry, I forgot the name of the fucking book for a minute there. And the word is wary. I also included weary because apparently they are similar. He waited warily. Yes, he agreed. Wary. Take your things, Alice cried as I walked warily toward Edward. I sat in the middle of my bed and opened the envelope with wary curiosity. What was this one? That's a big long. Halfway smiled? He halfway smiled. I included half smiles too because a half smile, a crooked smile, and a smirk are all the same thing, including I smiled wryly. He smiled my favorite crooked smile. I cannot even begin to convey to you how many times the phrase my favorite crooked smile were brought up in this goddamn pile of mess. Right there. 2 in the same sentence. The epitome of suck. Though his eyes were still anxious, the crooked smile I love best flashed across his face. She used every word I think in the English language that ends in an ly. It's just unnecessary, that's my whole point. And I realized that these books were written for 14-year-olds. I just have to say, I mean, seriously, Stephenie Meyer? Seriously? Really? This? All this. Any, what do they call them? What do they call them? Twitards? Any twitards that come across this video and say things like, "You don't have a life! Oh, you're so jealous of Stephanie Meyer because she wrote books about vampire boys and you just don't like it, so you try to nitpick." I'm just not waiting for my mythological vampire werewolf hybrid boy to come save me from my hideously clumsy, totally average life, because I am perfectly happy with people who exist. Taking the shit out, it's taken almost as long as it took to fucking find them. I'm not making this shit up. Holy fucking shit. I guess I don't have too much room to judge these little girls. I mean, I am waiting for Jack Skellington, but I know that's never gonna happen. Besides, Nightmare Before Christmas was written well. That definitely should have been made into a movie.